Have you ever walked into a place and felt like you simply didn't exist? Not in some deep philosophical, we're all just specks of dust drifting through an endless universe kind of way.
No.
I mean, literally, you're standing there, a fully grown adult, breathing, present, and yet somehow no one sees you?
Yeah.
That was today. His name? Jerome Wilson. Age? 47. Success? Off the charts. And yet, in this moment, he was utterly invisible. The irony? This wasn't just any hotel. It was one of the crown jewels of his own hospitality empire. A 5-star, we treat you like royalty kind of place. The kind where a single night costs more than most people's monthly rent. And yet here he was standing at the front desk waiting. Just waiting. Like some stray that had wandered in off the street, hoping someone would acknowledge his existence. But this wasn't some casual visit. Jerome wasn't here for a spontaneous getaway. He was here because something was wrong. The complaints had been rolling in one after another, a steady flow of them, all pointing at this exact location. Guests feeling like second-class citizens. Staff treating people with attitudes so bad it could clear a room. And then the worst part, certain guests mysteriously finding their rooms unavailable. Now, Jerome could have handled this the usual way. Call the manager, order an internal audit, throw around some fancy corporate talk, and hope that the issue magically disappeared.
But no.
He knew better. Problems like this? They don't fix themselves. They need to be seen.
Exposed.
So, he showed up. Unannounced. No suit. No limo. No security detail. Just a man, checking in for the night. And that's when he got the full experience of his own company's so-called world-class service. Behind the desk, a woman, mid-20s.
Blonde.
Name tag said Kim. And her entire body language screamed, "I do not get paid enough to care about you." She was leaned back, phone in hand, texting, scrolling, whatever people do when they actively avoid eye contact. Jerome waited, cleared his throat. Nothing.
Tapped the desk.
Still nothing.
All right.
Excuse me? Kim let out a deep sigh. The kind of sigh you reserve for people who dare to talk to you when you're very busy doing absolutely nothing. Finally, she looked up, blinking at him like he had just materialized out of thin air. Yeah, that was it. Not welcome to our hotel. Not how can I help you today, sir?
Just yeah.
Like his entire presence was an inconvenience. Jerome kept his voice calm. Even. I have a reservation. Jerome Wilson. Kim didn't even try to hide the smirk as she spun toward the computer. She typed, slowly, lazily, with the enthusiasm of a half-asleep sloth. A few taps later, she shrugged.
Yeah, nope.
Don't see it. Jerome arched a brow. You sure about that? Kim still didn't look up. Just flicked her eyes back to her phone, like the conversation had already ended. That's when he knew. This wasn't some mistake. This wasn't the system acting up. This was deliberate. She took one look at him and decided, nope. Not worth my time. Jerome exhaled slowly, keeping his face unreadable. All right. Check again. Another eye roll. Another lazy few taps at the keyboard. Another shrug.
Nope. Still nothing.
Sorry. She didn't even sound sorry. She sounded bored. Jerome said nothing. Just pulled out his phone, scrolled to his confirmation email, and held it up. I have my booking right here. Kim barely glanced at it. Yeah, well, the system doesn't lie. Neither does my damn email. Kim sighed again, louder this time, as if he was the problem. Look, sir, maybe you made a mistake. It happens. Maybe you booked the wrong location? Happens all the time.
Oh.
Jerome tilted his head slightly. So, you're saying I'm lost? Kim flashed him a condescending little smirk. The kind of smirk people use when they think they're speaking to an idiot. I'm saying it's an easy mistake to make. Jerome clenched his jaw, inhaled slowly. And if I wasn't lost? And what if my reservation was here all along? Jerome's voice was calm, too calm. Kim shrugged, completely unbothered. Then I guess the system glitched.
Glitched. Right.
See, Jerome knew this system. It didn't glitch.
People did.
And something about the way she avoided his eyes, the way she refused to double-check, the way she dismissed him so effortlessly. He had seen this before. This wasn't about a glitch. This was about him. Kim had made up her mind in the span of 5 seconds. Decided that he didn't belong here. That he wasn't worth proper service. Not even worth a second look. And this wasn't new to Jerome. He knew how these silent rules of customer service worked. How some people's mistakes got fixed immediately while others conveniently ignored. Most days he let it slide.
Pick your battles, right?
Not every fight is worth your time. But today? Oh, today was different. Jerome pulled out his other phone, the one with direct access to the internal system. A few taps, his credentials entered, and there it was. His reservation.
Booked. Confirmed.
No errors. No glitches. Then, because curiosity got the better of him, he dug a little deeper. The activity log. There it was. Reservation manually deleted. Deleted by
Kim.
front
Desk. Clerk.
Bingo. Jerome slowly lifted his gaze, taking his time as he looked back at her. He suppressed the smirk threatening to curl at the edge of his lips. Her name tag gleamed under the lobby lights.
Kim.
Oh, this was going to be fun. Jerome took a deep breath, forcing a polite smile. Tell me something, Kim. She hummed, barely paying attention, fingers still mindlessly tapping on her phone. What happens when you delete a reservation? She barely looked up, didn't even hesitate, just gave another lazy shrug. Oh, it just removes it from the system. No big deal. Jerome nodded, keeping his expression unreadable. And who exactly has the power to do that? Kim shrugged again, still playing it cool. Only front desk staff. He tilted his head slightly. So, people like yourself? She blinked, suddenly hesitating. Yeah. Jerome tapped his screen one last time, then slowly turned the phone around for her to see. Her eyes flickered to the screen. And that's when it happened. For the first time tonight, she actually looked nervous. Because there it was, her name. Clear as day, sitting right there next to the deletion. No excuses. No glitches. Just cold, hard proof. Kim swallowed hard. Her face? A shade paler. The fake confidence? Slipping. Jerome leaned in slightly, lowering his voice just enough to make sure only she could hear. So tell me, Kim, why the hell did you delete my reservation? Her mouth opened, then closed, then opened again, like she was searching for a response, any response. But nothing came out. For the first time all night, she was completely, utterly speechless. Jerome smirked. Oh, this was going to be one hell of a night. Now, Jerome had seen a lot of bull in his lifetime. But this was a whole new level. He just stood there, watching her squirm, watching her brain scramble to find a way out of the mess she had created. And honestly, he almost felt bad for her. Almost.
But nah.
She dug this grave herself. Now, she was going to have to lie in it. Her fingers twitched slightly, like she was desperately searching for a back button, some magical way to undo the digital crime she had just committed. But there wasn't one. I didn't, she started, her voice weak, breaking. Jerome cut her off before she could even try. Don't even try it, Kim. The way she flinched? Beautiful. Save it. Her mouth snapped shut so fast he almost laughed. Jerome took a slow step back, inhaled deeply, calming himself down, because honestly, he wanted to go off. He wanted to let everybody in this fancy-ass lobby know exactly what was going on.